Hi, Sandy here. I'm going to do a flip through of my latest glue book. I normally do these old-fashioned glue books, these scrapbooks that I buy from the thrift shops. I normally do those. Those are about 16 by 20. Or I do loose leaf pages that I cover on both sides, and I bind them. You can see the stitches here. I've done about 30 books between the two of those styles. I don't normally use ready-made books. I did do this book. It's a English Garden Diary, 1990. I did that book. That's the only real book I've ever used. A lot of people use these composition books, and I've never used one before, and I thought I'd give it a shot. There's 100 pages in there, and I thought I would tear out a few so it wouldn't be too fat, and I tore out the center page, and it's stitched here, and the thread broke. I thought, no, not going to do that. I don't want it falling apart, so I only tore out the one page, and I just filled up the book. It took me about 2 weeks. Here's a comparison, empty book to full book, and I didn't use buttons and thick stickers, and I tried to use just mostly paper, cardstock, whatever the image was on. So we're going to do a flip through. It put a little dent in my stash, not much, though. I still got a lot of stuff. I could probably fill up another book. And it's totally random. It's like 2.5 inches thick. I've got this ribbon here. I'm going to keep it tied shut. Normally I don't like these gaping books, but I just gave it a shot, and it was a lot of fun. And I weighed it. I have an antique scale in my kitchen. I don't know how accurate it is. I'm going to weigh it tomorrow at work on our postal scale. But my antique scale said 4 pounds, and it does have some heft to it. So we're going to start everything totally random. This came loose. I got to touch that up. And just stuff that I've collected over the years, interesting images. I didn't try to make. I got a couple of themed pages on here, but mostly it's just totally random, whatever I could fit. It's kind of like Jenga. Is that what it's called? I've never played Jenga, but just whatever fit in the space, that's what I put on there. And I like landscapes, Victorian stuff, interesting photographs, all kinds of stuff, ephemera. Here's Barbie dolls of Lucy and Desi. Here's a bird in a cup birdhouse. This is from the Good Old Days magazine. And I have a lot of vintage cars. These are from the Good Old Days or Reminisce magazines, these old photos. So it's got, since I tore out a page, it's got 98 two-sided pages. I counted them unless I was off. And it's got 196 single pages. So we'll just flip through, and some of these ads are from an old magazine from 1967. This is from a children's book, just scrapbooking supplies, and I used a lot of washi tape in here. This is my washi tape collection. I only had like 5 rolls, and then this was a whole package at Menards Hobby Lobby that I bought for $15, and never really used much washi tape, but I did this time. Here's a strip of washi tape. Here's some washi tape, just to fill in those cracks. I've had this image for a long time. A lot of this stuff I've had for a long time, and what am I going to do with that? And then a lot of ephemera, you know, and I would just glue something on top of it to, you know, make a little background for something. This is an old ad from a magazine. I got some Tim Holtz figures, a dog, scrapbook paper, just this and that and everything. This is from Good Old Days or Reminisce magazine. They're pretty much the same. I have a lot of these ladies I've glued in there. I've had them for a while and I haven't used them much. These are from a book I bought about 20s fashions and drawings. It's got the drawings in there. This image I've had for a long time. This is from that 1972 right here. Yeah, I've clipped up a few old magazines. Yeah. So here's ephemera, old ads. This is a coupon from a 1970 old magazine. It expires December 31st, 1974 for Taster's Choice Coffee. And I hope you're getting a clear picture of this. Oh shit. Shoot. I should have had that more centered. Because my last video was kind of blurry, and I thought when I upload them to YouTube, they kind of clean them up for you, and it was kind of blurry. So this was a lot of fun, and I just got kind of obsessed with it. I got started on it, and I just couldn't stop until I finished it. You might hear a ticking. That's my timer. This is Sunday. I do my laundry on Sunday, and I'm upstairs in my craft room on the second floor, and the laundry room is down in the basement. So when the timer goes off, that means the laundry's done. But I'm going to finish this video before I go. So this is a calendar page here. I got several of these somebody gave me. These are stickers. This whole thing is a sticker. You can use the frame sticker or these stickers. I just put the whole thing on there. And this is from some jeans or something. What the heck? Just put it in there. You know, just totally random, interesting things. I have like 5 or 6 of these larger images. I think they were on the covers of the Good Old Days magazine, or Reminisce. This is from Greeting Card. I get stuff from everywhere. Birds and Blooms magazine, a lot of bird and flowers pictures. This is food. I have a lot of food. I need to work on using up a lot of my food on some pages. This is cute. I tried to use a lot of smaller things up, but then I kept coming across these bigger things. What am I going to do with that? So I used them. At Good Old Days magazine, that's from the cover of one of them. There's one of those big stickers that you can pick apart and use the pieces. I go to Goodwill bins. Some cities have, the Goodwills have a special store where they take their end of the line stuff, and they just dump it in bins, and you can dig through it. And Jean Bainey, she's got a YouTube channel. That's what she does. And so I thought, well, I'm going to go see what I can find. And a lot of, they have games and puzzles and stuff, and just anything you can imagine. But the games just fall apart. There's pieces all over the place. So what the heck? Just pull those out. Just use them on your pages. You know, that's what she does. She buys interesting things from the bins. Here's a J.R. Ewing $100 bill. And these images, I feel like I'm going to keep my books forever. I don't sell them. I just put them on the shelf. Sometimes I like to take them, a couple of them to bed with me and flip through them, and by the time I'm done with them, I'm just droopy. Not that they're boring, but they're very relaxing to me. So I do like to look at them sometimes, and I enjoy them. So these images that I use, I'll have these for the rest of my life. Some things, I had several of these. Some things I used more than once in the book. I've I've had this a long time, probably over 10 years, and I finally used that. This page I made a sewing page. I've got patterns, buttons. This is sewing stuff, a button, just some yardstick thing, a sewing basket, needles, buttons, a little girl sewing, the scissors, and the mannequin, whatever you call it. And then I had this one too, vintage buttons. And I want to work on my Victorian book too, and I keep thinking, don't use all your Victorian stuff, don't use all your Victorian stuff. But I was just looking for stuff that would fit in spaces. And so I did use a lot of Victorian stuff, but a lot of everything. These are the Dion Quints, who were born in Canada back in the, I don't know, 40s. I've had this image for quite a while. This is a greeting card. These are some stickers that I've had for a long time. This was some packaging from some stuff that I got from Shine. I've never ordered it. I've only ordered from Shine once, S-C-E-I-N or I-E-I-N, one or the other. They've got clothing. They got all kinds of stuff. But I saw on one of my Facebook groups that people were ordering scrapbooking supplies, so I gave it a shot. If you order like $50 worth, you get free shipping. So I gave it a shot. And this was the packaging of something that they sent me. I got a bunch of stickers and several things. This is an ad that I've had for a long time. I'm like, what am I going to do with that? I like the hardware, the milled wood on there, but I put it to use. I think I got these little square maps, a bunch of these little maps from Shine. I hope I'm not skipping any pages. I'm right at the middle now. I know this page is the middle page. Is it? Yeah. And a few of my things are coming undone here, but not too bad. It seems like in this kind of book, I get stuff glued in this little gap, and it seems to hold on better than my other books, and I don't understand why, but I'm not going to complain about it. Here's some more washi tape. I use quite a bit of washi tape. And I have all of these clusters that I made a long time ago, and I had this on my desk, but I didn't use very many of them. I used a few of them. But I made them for Gluebook pages, but some of them have like this is a thick plastic flower, and I didn't want anything thick in here because it's pretty darn thick as it is. So, yeah, it took me, I think this was out of a 1930s or 40s magazine that I had. This is out of a reproduction Sears catalog, or JCPenney, I don't know. It's corner bathroom sinks. This is from like a 1972 magazine. I think that's for Health Tech's clothing. This is from that older magazine from the 40s, 30s or 40s. That might be a greeting card. No, I don't know. This is definitely a greeting card. Just various things, just filling. And I've had this a while. I printed it off Pinterest, and I'm finally put it in a book. This is a fairy sticker. You probably can't see it very well with the camera not being real clear, but I got a whole bunch of those from Shine. This is also from that 1930 or 40 magazine. This is a greeting card that someone gave me 30 or 40 years ago. Candy, who worked at a drugstore where I used to work, and she passed away when we were working there. Not at work, but so I have that little remembrance of her. Here's a jar from an ad. Snoqualmie Falls, that's from Washington State. I've been there. I had some extra postcards. That's a greeting card. Another one of those millwork ads. I just cut out pictures from magazines, stuff that I like. You know how it goes. This is from that 1920s fashion book that I cut all the pictures out of. This is from the 60s magazine. I had several of these little ads for orange juice from that magazine. This is from work, Holland Trucking. I work in a warehouse, and found that in the trash. I thought, that's kind of interesting. Something to fill up some space. Here's one of my little clusters that I made. I had a lot of these postcards, and I used some of those. This is from a book page. Got two beds side by side there. Elephants in houses. I've had that a while. This is an ad for Country Crock, and I cut it out and put it on a crossword puzzle thing. This was in a magazine. I got several of these. I think I got them from the bins, the Goodwill bins, and I used them all up in this book. All different ones. I keep hoping I'm not missing any pages. They're so thick. There's a teapot. This is one of my clusters. I liked adding the square things. I have a lot of things that are cut out, but for cut out things, I have to put something behind it. I don't have to, but I prefer to have my pages completely covered. I just went to the dentist and I saved my postcard, my reminder card. My husband has a little side mowing business, and several times a year he has to take his trimmer, his mower, something in for service, and he gets these claim checks, and I have several of those, and I used several of those in the book. And then this was in some junk mail just a few days ago. It had some words over here, and I cut it down to fit on there. And I glued on these dolls. This I cut out. It was, I don't know, it's from an ad. Just filling up spaces. Here's another one of those. This is for Coca-Cola. It expires May 31st, 1988. And I had some of these postcards that I had made, and I used a few of those in here. There's another one of them dollars. This is my dentist reminder card also. I put that in there. Another one of them old juice ads. Yeah, like this I cut out, and so I had to put some paper behind it to make it fill up the whole page. Here's some washi tape right there. That's a greeting card. This is another one of those cards that I made. That's a postcard from some Victorian stuff I bought. Here's one of the ladies from the 20s magazine, another one of them ads. I just glued on a landscape and added a couple of things to it. Picture of apples. One of them cards that I make, and these are oranges from an orange ad, and then I had the oranges on the washi tape. Another one of those magazine covers, the good old days, I think. This is from work, Jackson Services. They do our uniforms and bring fresh mop heads and stuff, and I thought that was an interesting piece of ephemera, so I took it. This was an old ad from an old magazine, I think from the early 70s. This is a greeting, not a real greeting card. I do have a few real greeting cards in here. This I've had for a long time. What am I going to do with that? Found a place for it. This is from the reproduction catalog. A magazine from an ad. This is from a fashion magazine. And then I added this washi tape here. I thought that looked good with the colors on that she's wearing. Another one of those covers. And I've had this sticker forever. Well, school don't even start in September. It starts in August, so I've never used it. Now I have, because going back, when I was a kid, there's my timer, just ignore it. When I was a kid, school started in September. I think right after Labor Day. Here's some washi tape. Here's a picture of a landscape of patio with a dog there. Just lots of interesting pictures. This is that's a reproduction of a playing card. There's Starbucks coffee thing to wrap around your cup. I just thought, like the composure of this picture with the polka dots, and I don't know, I just liked the picture. There's the cat on the stove, and so I added a little bit of washi tape and scrapbook paper and a dog. These are from the same magazine from the 70s, and I just added some background stuff and a few butterflies and a cat. There's a cat sitting on a globe, and I just filled in the spaces. There's another card from Monopoly, from the bins. This is a real playing card. That's from the bins as well. Washi tape. This is Graphic 45 scrapbooking supplies. An old picture from a magazine. The good old days and reminisce. They print a lot of these very vintage photographs, and I really like those. This is from a book, The Coat of Many Colors. It had some good pictures in it. This is a greeting card. This is a girl I've had cut out for a long time, and her legs were folded up and her arms were folded down. And I put in a landscape picture and glued her on top, and now she's got a home now. I've had this ad for a long time. They're outgrowing most things, and she's outgrown her pajamas. This one too, her legs were folded up. But I got her, I put this flower on here and a piece of scrapbook paper. This is from an old magazine. This is from the Good Old Days magazine. This is a recipe card that came from a Holly Hobby calendar that I had back in the early 80s. That's a greeting card. I think that might have been a greeting card. I'm not sure. Here's a picture of Buddy Holly, and I put that on top of a piece of ephemera. And just a picture of a landscape. This is a cute little girl. I had this picture, and then I thought, that's from foreign lands, and I've got stuff from like Paris. You know, it just comes in the scrapbooking stuff. I don't plan on ever leaving the country. Maybe I will, and I'll buy new scrapbook supplies then. But I had 2 of these, so I glued that on there. And World Traveler, and then California, Florida. I had some stickers and stuff from specific places, so I thought I'm going to use those up. So that one's got a theme to it. And then this one is an ad that I cut out. I really like the looks of that. It's from a car magazine. So I put some paper behind it and just a couple of cars. And this is a full-page ad. I just liked it. I liked all the different fonts, and I just thought it was really cool. So that's the only full-page, one-piece thing. I did add a little washi tape to fill in the edge there. And just filling in stuff. I had this picture for a long time, and there must have been an ad or something here, writing or something, because I had the corner cut out, and so I glued this picture there. Life is a beautiful ride. There's a beautiful ride right there. And then this is one of my clusters right here, and I made a lot with clothing tags. You know, they're pretty cool. Here's a Tim Holtz guy just to fill in some space. That's a Avante car. I don't even know what that is. And this is when we were in San Francisco a few years ago. I pick up a lot of these brochures and stuff, and I thought I might want to go to the San Francisco Railroad Museum, but we never made it there. But I had this anyway, and it's got some good graphics on it. I thought, what the heck, just keep it, use it for something. And then this is an old picture and part of an ad, and it's a beautiful day, and I glued on inside the front and back covers. So that's my book. It took me about a week. Yep. And I'm going to keep this ribbon tied around it to keep it under control. It's got a little stain on it. Oh, whatever. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.